forces in the weeks to come will be cut and the compromise will be severe. But our warnings seem almost desperate. What to make of all of this? Civilian defense contractors who will be affected, Dan, eventually by some of these cuts that are going to come in defense, and I take no light of their predicament. I do say that in the vast scheme of things, we have to look for the country. We have to look at the percentages of spending here. We have to look at $85 billion in a $3.8 trillion budget and a $16.5+ trillion debt, and just say in the scheme of things, you cannot say cuts of that magnitude are really of any appreciable magnitude to do a fraction of the damage that was forecast a week ago.
If you're a defense contractor and you're getting 50% of the sequester and you're only 20% of the budget and military salaries are being held harmless, then yes, the concentrated cuts on a few contractors and consultants and civilian personnel might be a little bit unpleasant. But the broader point that you just made is that we have government growing too fast, a federal government that's too big. We have all this Keynesian rhetoric coming out of the White House about, oh, we need more government spending to give us jobs. Well, that's exactly the same argument they used in 2009. They were wrong then about the job-creating impact of more government spending, and they're wrong today about the supposed job-killing impact of less government spending. We reduced government spending as a share of GDP under both Reagan and Clinton, and we got much, much better performance then than we have had under the Bush-Obama big government years.
Very good point, Dan. One I want to end on with you. I mean, Americans are getting used to not only the upper income folks who really got walloped, but virtually 90% of working Americans who saw what was taken out of their paycheck, about 2%, which is a lot more than the cuts the government has to make right now. Americans are adjusting and making those adjustments. Would it kill Washington to do the same?
We should be not just trimming the federal government, because that's all the sequester is clipping off a fingernail. We have a limb with gangrene, and to save the body, to save the economy, we need to pare back government substantially. The sequester is just a tiny start, but here's the good news. This is the first real political victory that we have had over Obama since he took office. He had all those big expansions of government his first 2 years. Then, at best, we fought him to a stalemate the next 2 years. He then got the fiscal cliff tax increase at the very end of his second term. But the sequester is a big defeat from a policy and a political perspective for the president. We should enjoy this, build upon it, and do everything we can to shrink government to allow faster private sector growth.
We shall see. Guys, thank you in the meantime.